Good afternoon. I'm Patrick Christmas, Chief Strategy and Legal Officer at Regenxbio. Thanks for joining me for our corporate presentation. These are our forward-looking statement disclaimers. At Regenxbio, our mission is to improve the lives of by the curative potential of gene therapy. And it's an incredibly exciting time for us because we're on the cusp of achieving that mission and close to commercializing multiple late-stage assets in large markets, all with the potential to redefine our standard of care. This is our diverse product pipeline. In rare disease, you'll see RGX-202, which is for the treatment of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. We are in our phase 3 trial there, and we've partnered that. That is a wholly owned asset of Regenxbio, and we're very excited about that. In RGX-121, or Hunter syndrome for MPS II, we have completed our phase 3 clinical trial. And also RGX-111 for the treatment of Hurler syndrome, or MPS I, we're in phase 2 clinical trials, and we've partnered both of those with Nippon Shinyaku, and I'll talk about our partnerships later in this presentation. In retinal diseases, we have RGX-314, or surabgene, which we're investigating for the treatment of wet AMD through subretinal delivery. We're also investigating surabgene in diabetic retinopathy and wet AMD through suprachoroidal delivery. We've conducted 2 phase 3 clinical trials in the subretinal field and are in phase 2 trials in the suprachoroidal field. We have partnered both of those with AbbVie. We are expecting in 2026 to have 3 programs that are either going to be approved or will have pivotal data readouts. RGX-121 for Hunter syndrome, the FDA has accepted our BLA, and we have a PDUFA date in February. And we would expect commercial launch shortly thereafter. With RGX-202 for Duchenne, we expect to complete our phase 3 trial very shortly and have top-line data in the first half of 2026. And then with surabgene for wet AMD, we announced just this morning that we've completed enrollment of our 2 large phase 3 trials for subretinal delivery. And with that in hand, we plan to have top-line pivotal data in 2026. One of our core strengths at Regenxbio is that we're leaders in gene therapy manufacturing. It's done at our headquarters in our Manufacturing Innovation Center. We recently completed successfully FDA PLI with 0 observations, and we are incredibly proud of that. We can produce commercial volumes, thousands of doses of RGX-202, and hundreds of thousands of doses of surabgene. We have industry-leading yields and purity, and this in-house capability has helped expedite our development. Well, we entered into a strategic partnership with NS Pharma for the commercialization of RGX-121 and 111. That greatly bolsters our commercialization capabilities. With this partnership, NS will commercialize RGX-121 and 111 in the US and Asia, and Regenxbio will handle manufacturing of both. This was an incredibly favorable deal that we've just finalized earlier this year, where we received $110 million up front and the rights to future milestones. Regenxbio also retained the rights to commercialize these products outside US and Asia, and we also retain the rights to any priority review vouchers, including the one we hope to receive in February. In our pivotal trial for 121, which we call Campsite, the primary endpoint was achieved with sustained reduction of CSF D2S6 through year 1. D2S6 is a key biomarker of brain disease in these MPS II patients. And the chart you'll see on the left shows our patients had a median of 80% reduction, with 8 of 11 of these patients obtaining maximum attenuated levels. The chart on the right demonstrates that patients with lower D2S6 levels scored higher on cognitive function tests. Turning to RGX-202 for Duchenne, we designed it to be best in class. Our 202 microdystrophin is closest to naturally occurring microdystrophin, in part because we've included the CT domain, which is believed to improve function and preserve muscle health. We have industry-leading product purity levels of more than 80% full capsids, which means fewer empty capsids and a lower vector load. Our protocol has a proactive, short-course immune modulation regimen, which is designed to counter the safety concerns that can occur with high-dose AAV. Our clinical trial is well designed to demonstrate meaningful change in disease trajectory in pursuit of a very broad label, and we've already reported positive phase 1, phase 2 data. In that phase 1, phase 2, dose level 2 participants demonstrated improvement in function and exceeded external controls at 12 months. The chart on the left is the mean NSAA trajectory in Duchenne patients. NSAA stands for North Star Ambulatory Assessment, which is a measure of motor function. And what you see is, unfortunately, these boys experience a period of rapid decline beginning around the age of 7. On the right is our dose level 2 functional outcomes at 12 months. On these 3 time tests, time to stand, 10-meter walk-run, and time to climb, you're seeing that our patients have improvement where the external controls are declining. It's the same with the NSAA, where RGX-202 patients are seeing significant improvement where you would expect them to be declining. In retina, 4 years ago, we entered into a partnership with AbbVie, a global eye care alliance, including for Suravec, that added world-class commercialization capabilities for us. Regenxbio obviously has extensive gene therapy and manufacturing, and AbbVie brings extensive eye care commercialization with over 10 marketed products in 175 countries. As part of that partnership, we received a significant upfront payment and could receive up to $1.3 billion in additional milestones. AbbVie pays for the majority of the development, and we have a 50-50 partnership profit share in the US and would receive royalties outside the US. Regenxbio will continue manufacturing the product for clinical and commercial supply. Our team designed Suravec to deliver sustained treatment effect in both wet AMD and diabetic retinopathy. We use our NAV AAV8 vector with a gene for an anti-VEGF antibody fragment. It works by reducing leaky blood vessel formation. And I mentioned earlier our 2 methods of administration. The first is a subretinal procedure, and 90% of retinal specialists are surgically trained in these types of procedures, so they can handle them well. The second is a suprachoroidal injection. This is an in-office procedure with a minimized inflammation risk expected versus intravitreal gene therapy. We are very pleased to have completed the enrollment in our phase 3 trials evaluating subretinal delivery for wet AMD. We expect top-line data in 2026. Those 2 trials are Atmosphere, where we are evaluating Suravec versus Lucentis, and Ascent, where we are evaluating Suravec versus Eylea. As you can see, these are really large trials for gene therapy. Our phase 1/2 data, which we've reported, demonstrated safety and tolerability, stable to improved vision, and retinal thickness. Our long-term follow-up has shown 4 years of durability at doses similar to the pivotal trials. And we believe that our robust clinical trial strategy is important to support the significant commercial opportunity. We're also conducting a trial of RGX-202, or Suravec, in diabetic retinopathy, and that's what we call Altitude. What you're looking at here is DRS outcomes in our dose level 3 subjects over 2 years. DRSS is diabetic retinopathy severity score, and where a 2-step improvement is deemed clinically significant. And in our trial, the majority of subjects improved 2 or more steps with a single injection of surabgene. So in conclusion, we're becoming a commercial company by 2026, and we're prepared to optimize these blockbuster opportunities. We are advancing 3 late-stage programs with potential to redefine the standard of care. RGX-121, with a potential approval in February, would mark our transformation to a commercial company. We've made tremendous progress with RGX-202, which is in pivotal phase and poised to be next to market in Duchenne gene therapy. We're also advancing 2 routes of administration to expand global uptake of surabgene. We are ready to commercialize with our mature internal capabilities and strong partnerships, aided by our world-class manufacturing and deep relationships. And finally, we are positioned for future success with a strong balance sheet to fund us into 2027, with multiple opportunities to grow that balance sheet, and we're well prepared to seize the opportunities and drive long-term value creation. Thank you, and I'll be around if there's any questions.